I just heard a different take on two of the adages that we grew up with. The first one was, men are dogs, and the second one was, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Now, the way that those two adages are told to us are as if they are to warn us that men will cheat, and also, if you want a man, you got to cook for him. But, you guys, these two comments I was reminded of under a video when they talked about men wanting women to be tradwives. It was talking about how men think women need to be back in the kitchen like their grandmothers or their great grandmothers. Now, mind you, if we're talking American white men, some of those women weren't in the kitchen in the first place. It would be my great grandmother, etc. Now, this conversation took a little bit sinister of a turn because this video was talking about how if you want them back in the kitchen, you need to know why it is that your grandmother was probably married a number of times. And it's not because men died young from strokes and heart attacks by accident. So back to the sayings. Men are like dogs. Well, an old woman, when she was dying, told her palliative nurse that the reason why that saying is true is because you put down the bad ones. What? And yes, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Especially given that there are some herbs that if you boil them too long, they get a little dangerous. And expiration dates on food really isn't for safety exactly. So if your grandma or great grandmother had multiple husbands, there are chances that he didn't go out for milk or cigarettes. He might not have left the house at all. Just so you know, there's a third adage. They have to eat and they have to sleep. And both times, they would be vulnerable. That's added to the end. Now, before I end, another great point was brought up in that comment. We women of this generation, we are raised on true crime and snapped in documentaries about serial killers. So trad wives just might be the real baddies. You can have that life if you want to. Just know that there are many ways for weapons to be hidden, especially those that are in the kitchen.